Hello and welcome to the 5-Minute Gospel podcast for Sunday, the 20th of June, the 12th Sunday of the year. Today we read the familiar story of Jesus calming a storm on the Lake of Galilee. In the evening, Jesus said to his disciples, "Let's cross to the other side." They began to cross in the boat, and a storm came up and waves were breaking over the boat, threatening to sink it. The disciples went into panic, but Jesus, with his head on a cushion, was fast asleep in the back of the boat. This, by the way, is the only time in the Gospels when we hear of Jesus sleeping. The disciples woke Jesus up, saying, "Master, do you not care? We're going down." Jesus woke up and rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Quiet now, be calm." And the wind dropped, and all was calm again. After calming the storm, Jesus turned to the disciples and in a reproaching voice said, "Why are you afraid? Have you no faith?" It's worth thinking about these words of Jesus. What did Jesus mean when he asked, "Have you no faith?" Clearly the disciples had some faith. After all, in their panic at the storm, they called to Jesus for help, saying, "Master, do you not care?" This is where their problem lay. They thought that Jesus didn't care about them. I wonder how Jesus felt hearing those words, "Do you not care?" Since he loved the disciples more than they could imagine, and would later give his life for them. Even so, Jesus calmed the storm and calmed the disciples. The calming of the storm amazed the disciples, and they asked one another, "Who can this be? Even the wind and the sea obey him." The disciples were happy to let Jesus sleep in the boat until the storm came up. Then they turned to him in their fear. They knew they needed him. Sometimes we can be a little like the disciples. Sometimes we can be happy to leave Jesus asleep in the back of the boat, unnoticed, on the edge of our lives. In those times, we don't stop believing in Jesus, but we seem to forget that he is always with us. Sometimes it can take storms in our lives to remind us that we need Jesus. It might be when someone we love is extremely sick or dies, when we have a marriage or family problems, or when we have financial difficulties. In those moments we sometimes see our need of Jesus. There can even be moments, of course, in our lives when we face really hard times, when we might find ourselves asking the Lord, "Do you not care for me? Do you not care for me?" We never really stop believing in Jesus, but storms in our lives can remind us that Jesus is there, always with us. And of course that's not just in the storms. As St. Paul in the second reading reminded us, the love of Christ overwhelms us. The love of Christ overwhelms us. When there are storms, but also in every moment of our daily lives. The calming of the storm might challenge us to ask ourselves, who can this be? Who is Jesus for me? Who is Jesus for me? Is Jesus a fixer whom I only turn to when my life is stormy, when I need something fixed? Or do I make time for Jesus every day as my friend and my companion, whose love overwhelms me? Do I make time every day to hear Jesus saying to me, "Quiet now, be calm"? No matter how busy or active we are, no matter how hard we work, no matter what troubles, big or small, we face, Jesus wants us to know that he is with us every day, loving us and calming and quieting all of our fears. In the storms, yes, but also every day. Let's ask ourselves today, Who is Jesus for me? Who is Jesus for me? God bless you all.